Hey, well, my name is Tim. I'm a dad of five beautiful kids, three grandkids, and I absolutely just love this thing. I can't even begin to tell you what this business has done for me. I mean, I'm literally probably a day away from hitting $100,000 a day. So to give you a perspective of what this business has done for me. And here's the crazy thing. When you listen to my story, I come from corporate America. Like corporate America sucks the life out of you. I don't care who you are. You may enjoy it. You may like what you do in corporate America because you have that set schedule, but you travel a lot. You miss family. You don't go to events. Like I even did a post on TikTok. Like I actually got to go to my son who's 15 years old, got to go to his school and volunteer. I haven't done that. I mean, I haven't done that. So, but I was doing what I was needed to do. I know that some of you guys out there can relate. Like, I'm 56. I grew up in an era where you sit down, you shut up, you listen to your parents, don't do exactly what I tell you, and don't, if you visit your aunts and your uncle's house, don't take any food. And if you want any water, you go suck it out of the green hose on the side of the house. That's where I come from. Okay. I know some of you probably don't relate, but yes, we drank water out of a green hose on the side of the house. We really did. But it was one of those moments. So I was raised in go to school, get good grades, work your tail off, do what I tell you to do, listen, and I did that. And I am blessed and grateful for my career. Don't get me wrong. However, I got to share with something with you. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps. I came out, I went into retail, and I had in a grand scheme of things, I had a very, very good career in all of it. I mean, it really was in the very beginning of that career, I made no money like everybody else. You know, you work, you grind, you don't make, you're trying to pay the bills, Peter, pay Paul, and all those things. And the reality is, the latter part of my career, of those 25 years, I really made a phenomenal income and I was able to provide for my family. Now, but I will share something with you. Here's the story about corporate America. They came into my office one day and two ladies from HR sat me down and literally said, "Hey, Mr. Hess, we need to speak to you." And you know you're in trouble when they call you Mr. Hess. I mean, that's you all know you're in trouble. It's like mom calling your full name. Timothy, come here. You're in trouble. All right. So the thing is, I'm 56. These ladies were probably in their 30s, and they took a sheet of paper and they read it word for word. And I knew exactly what was going on at that point in time. Now, if you've never been in that situation, I got to share a couple things with you. I'll give you two things because I don't want to draw it all out. There's two things that sit there like, holy God, they're firing me after 25, not fire me, but they're laying me off. They said my role had been eliminated. They read word for word. And the reason they read word for word is because the legal allocations for positions that people like me are in, we know how to go around those positions and find out how to deal with it. See, we're taught that in corporate America. Anyway, fast forward. They read that sheet. And here's the crazy thing. They gave me options. They gave me two options. And you and I know those options are not options for us. Here's what you're going to take. Here's what you're going to do. You have one or two, sit down and take it and smile. But here's the thing. I'm one of those guys where you don't sit there and start telling me what to do. I'm just one of those guys you don't. So here's what I said. They read that paper and said, here's the crazy thing. I gave them 25 years. Do you know what they gave me? They gave me 30 minutes to make a decision for the rest of my life, whether I'm going to stay at that company or I'm going to take the second option. 30 minutes. When I sit there and I thought about that, I was like, wow, that's what I'm worth. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So when you sit there and you're comfortable in your cushy job, I'm going to share with you, I try to be uncomfortable every day. Every day that I do this business, I want to make sure I'm as comfortable as possible. But more than anything, this business, look, I started out, I screwed up my setup. I deleted something. I screwed it up, and everybody else is getting their website back in 2 days. They're getting up. They're running. They're getting ready. They got their money. They're able to receive money into their payment. And here's another thing: I didn't make any money for 3.5 months. You hear me, right? I just want to share that with you because you're gonna love the ending of my story. Because see, I knew one thing: I can't go back to corporate America. This business wasn't about money for me. It was about time. Be clear on that. It was only about time. Look, when your kids are getting older, you and I know exactly what I mean by this. You want to spend time. We're not lazy. We have worked our is off. We have worked so hard our whole life. We've been beat up. We've gotten through it. We did the debt. We have good seasons. We have bad seasons. We went through the seasons. We went through the storms. But here's the crazy thing about this business. I knew that there's going to be good times and bad times in this business, but here's what I knew. I had to go to the storm to go through the storm to get to the rainbow. And here's what I can share with you. Yes, I didn't know money for 3.5 months. Here's the defining moment. Wait for this. There's three things that I wanted from this business. I knew I'm 56. I don't know if I can do this or not. I didn't even buy the 600. I bought a $300 program. I didn't know if I could do this. So I bought the $300. And you know what? It was one of the best things I had ever done. And here's another thing. I made a decision about this business within about 12 hours. Not, I'm going to think about it. I've already thought about it. I've already did all that. When I think about it, it's like you just make your decision, make your commitment, go all in and move your butt. Because here's the deal. Here, the reason I didn't make any money for the first 3.5 months, that was a me problem. That was my fault. I did not do the things I needed to do to make it. And here's the other thing. I didn't ask any questions. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, but I never asked any questions to our mentors. Our mentors are phenomenal. They've been there, done that. They have a proven system. Just sit down, shut up per se, and listen and move your butt. I promise you, they will not disappoint you. I never thought I would be sitting in the position I am now, that I'm one of the guys that the people come to and ask you, how do I do this business? Because I've been there, done that. And here's what I'll leave you on this note. I'm a day away from making $100,000 in 11 months. Here's the really cool thing. Here's the really cool thing about that. I probably made 100,000, almost 100,000 in the last 5 months. The defining moment was July 27th, when I opened my mouth and finally asked the question, because y'all know who you are. Y'all know, like, I'm going to be quiet. The introvert sitting in the corner doesn't want to say a word. I'm just a very loud introvert. That's all. That's all I am. But here's what I can tell you. If it wasn't for Michelle asking 4 questions, and we integrated back and forth for the training, 3 to 4 days later, I made a daily pay 11 days straight. That's what happened. 14 days straight after my mentoring call, July 27th. That's recorded in you want to see it's in our community. It's recorded. It's word for word. It tells you how I did it. I want you to understand you're at a place where there's people that are here to guide you and help you answer your questions. So a guy like me that's 56, that's kind of gets in his own way, his big feet, one after the other, gets in his own way. There are people like us to steer us back into the right direction, to follow the process that's already been proven. And now I'm sitting here to tell you 56, and I will share something with you. That's not a joke when we sit there and tell you 2 hours a day. I know it's hard to believe, because here was one of the first things when I saw it. I said, look, I know what 6 figures looks like in my position. I know exactly, and it ain't 2 hours a day. I know it's 10 to 60 to 70 hours a week. That's what I knew. But I want you to know one last thing. This is for real. It's not a joke. And if you could do these 3 things, this is all I can tell. I tell people in my lives all the time, do these 3 things. For God's sakes, just take a chance. Just do it. I promise you, you're going to spend the money on something else that's probably not going to get you a rate of return. If you really think about it, we spent $659 and we made $100,000 on that investment. Now, I'm not telling you you're going to make that money. Because I don't know your work ethic. But I can tell you this, if you plug in, my God, you have a wonderful chance, because we are here to help you and guide you. If it wasn't for the training, the mentoring, the people that I can bounce off and ask questions, I promise you this. I do promise you this. If you don't ask the questions, you'll never know the answer. If you never move forward and make the decision to say yes, you will never go forward. Failure's fine. Failure's okay. Just be your authentic self. That's the greatest thing. You can truly be yourself. And there's something freeing. There's something about it. There's just a great feeling you get, because you don't have to fib. You're not selling. You're just telling your story. And you guys have a story, and people need to hear you. People are counting on you. See, I'll leave it on this note. This is the final thing I'll say. My goal this year, and I just texted Michelle earlier this evening, I said my goal is too small. Isn't that crazy? Do you know what my goal is? I'm here to after this year, I'm going to help 2,500 families start an online business, and I haven't even met them yet. But here's how I know I'm going to do this. And here's how I know, because in the first 5 days of this month, I made over $12,000. Not $600 a day, but understand, I plugged in 11 months ago, and it was a non-negotiable. I will not fail. I am not going to fail. I'm going to stay here until I make it. I will do whatever I need to do. And you have the commitment. Just be you. Just we're here for you. Be clear on that. We're not going to do it for you. You have to do the work, but we're here for you. I just know a corporate guy like me, numbers and all that, you got this. You totally got this. It's all on you. All right. So I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're here.
So awesome. So I'm going to do something. This is going to be crazy. So you guys, Tim's about ready to hit 100K. So if you are on here tonight, Tim's guest, go by so we can celebrate 100K with him tonight. Let's go. Come on. This
I'll pay you.
is fun. You guys can literally watch somebody hit 100K tonight.
So to put it in perspective, I am sitting at I I just need $900.
Oh,
That's how close I am. I just need
nice.
$900.
How fun would that be, you guys? So if you are here from Tim and you plan on purchasing, do it. Let us know. We want to celebrate you. And think about it. You will be the one that helped Tim hit 100K. What a story. So let's go. All right. I just